if you are integrating AI into your health record, that is a medical device. It's interesting to think about what the future, what's coming towards us. It's coming very fast. I really hope that regulatory environments really come up to the plate and put a lot of foresight into what we want regulation to be. We don't want to over-regulate. We don't want to stifle innovation, but we also want to make sure that people are safeguarded. I mean, Jeffrey Hinton has probably the starkest premonitions for what's to come, and I don't think I'm quite at his level of trepidation, but I still think that we need to be on our toes and not on our heels for what's to come, and be very forward thinking in how we put regulations in place and guardrails, and just make sure that we have the patient and the end user in mind, and that we have responsible AI.
Well, what regulatory bodies, when it comes to health and AI, do they pre-exist? Are they coming together now? Like, who, is that something that's just kind of chasing the tail? Like, I'm not chasing the tail, but precipitating as these models are coming out fast. Who's going to make those things happen?
I mean, right now it's the FDA in the US, but we've seen people like the NHS in England come out with some guidance documents lately that say, if you are integrating AI into your health record, that is a medical device. So that is not how we have defined medical devices in the US. They take a much stricter, more conservative stance on that. But, the NHS being who they are, that's going to set a precedent for the rest of us in the world. And we're going to have to tighten the reins on what's a medical device when we roll it out to those other countries. And so it's going to have a ripple effect. And certainly there's GDPR, and, Europe is a lot more conservative in, privacy and all that stuff. So, yeah, you just really need to be cognizant of where you're rolling out and have essentially different solutions in each geographic area. I hate that that's the case, but we haven't had much harmonization at this point internationally.
Emily, thank you so much for your insights and you continuing to kind of pioneer this space for us. If there's anything we can do, let us know. But is there anything that's a parting advice? Just, it sounds like be prepared, not necessarily in a bad way, but just don't be blindsided.
There's so much, get an RSS feed, because there's a lot of news to keep up with. There's, I have ChatGPT give me my daily news brief on AI and healthcare. I think have these discussions kind of be ubiquitous in your everyday life. If you're riding on a highway, make sure you're listening to a podcast, and making sure that you're looking at the right information sources too. There's lots of scare tactics out there. There was a recent study that came out at MIT, I believe it was, about how ChatGPT is making us dumber. And, I certainly disagree with news and headlines like that. I think if used in the right way, AI can make us smarter and can make us more efficient and more intelligent and make better decisions